All right, this is part two. Ivan, you're real so interesting. I love it when you talk about your book. Yes. Hence why what? Hence why I think you guys now understand why my last Roseanne story is better than J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. I made many videos. I talked in depth about my book. I think you guys now understand why my story is better than J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, man. I wrote a better book than J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. Yeah, man. Holy shit, Ivan, you're creative. Yes, I wrote a masterpiece, man. A book worth billions, man. A book worth like $50 billion. That's why the Step Family's true nature will show up because they don't want me making that. They don't want me making my 14, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 billion dollars for me and my wife. They want me to make my, I don't know, my 100 million or 200 million or something like that, or my 50 million. Because they're crazy and they want to take all my money. That's why what? I'm not selling. I have the keys. I'm not selling to the gatekeepers. I'm gonna talk about my book for this video. I want to double my book. Yeah, my book Zane's, man, will be the biggest IP in the entertainment industry, man. Bigger than Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Matrix. Bigger than all these books, man. Bigger than all these IPs. I don't mean to be cocky. I'm just saying. My book Zane's is worth like 50 billion bucks, man. It's worth more. My book Zane's is worth more than all the big pro sport leagues, man. My what? My book is worth like the NFL. I heard is worth like $50 billion. My book is worth as much as the entire NFL league, man. That's how powerful I am, guys. It's worth as much as it's worth as much as the entire NFL league, and it's worth more than all the other big pro sport leagues. As all the other pro sport leagues are pretty small compared to the NFL. The NFL is the biggest pro sport league out of all the four leagues. You see what I'm saying here? It's much bigger than the NBA. It's much bigger than the NHL. It's much bigger than the MLB. But my book, Zane's, is worth more than the NHL. It's worth more than the NBA. It's worth more than the MLB, man. That's how powerful I am. It's worth like 50 billion bucks, man. It's worth more than the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The whole thing, yeah, man. It's worth more than all of Star Wars. Star Wars did not generate $50 billion over the years. No, it only generated like, I don't know, 10 billion bucks or something like that over the years. With the merch, probably generate 10 billion bucks around there. 10, 15 billion generated. 20 billion, 15 billion generated. If you're going to include the book sales, the games, and all that stuff, generate probably maybe, I don't know, 15 billion bucks around there. That's why George Lucas is so rich. You see what I'm saying? My book Zane's is worth more than the whole Star Wars franchise, man. The whole thing, yeah, man. Yeah, because I'm a son of God, obviously, and I have the keys. Even though I hate these keys and it's annoying and I trip, obviously. What? I'm son of God, I have the keys, hence what? My book is what? Worth more than what? Than the entire, all the pro sport leagues, yeah, man. It's worth about as much as the NFL. I heard the NFL is worth like 50 billion bucks. So it's just as my book is worth as much as the entire NFL, but it's worth more than all the other leagues. Because all the other leagues are only worth like 10 billion, 15 billion bucks around there, the other leagues. Whereas the NFL's huge. The NFL is worth like 50 billion bucks. It's fucking huge. It's much bigger than the other pro sport leagues. You see what I'm saying here? Yeah, man. That's how what? That's how much my book is worth. Yeah, man. At the same time, I also wrote a billion-dollar story. As if someone was not the son of God and they wrote this book, they'd be the next J.K. Rowling. The next George R. Martin. They'd be the next Stephen King. Yeah, they'd be famous, man. If I was not the son of God and I wrote Zane's, I'd be a billionaire. I would have sold out, obviously, and traditionally published. I would have made a nice, like, $2 billion for myself. If I wasn't the son of God, I didn't have my own keys. I was an average guy, I would have made $2 million bucks off Zanus. The companies would have taken all my money, obviously, but I would still be a billionaire. I would have made like 1.8, $2 billion bucks for myself. I would be a famous author right now. So either way, I would be successful. Even if I wasn't son of God, I'd be successful. As what? As what? If I wrote Zane's, I'd be the next J.K. Rowling. But because I am the son of God and I'm special, obviously, and I have the keys, I can make my easy billions, obviously. God made it easy for me. At the same time, I wrote a billion-dollar story. Zane's is a billion-dollar story, obviously. Let's talk more about my book, though. So I keep saying this. The moment you pass the note, okay, you have what you have. That's why Peter Jackson's going to be like, holy shit. Ivan, man, yeah, man, you wrote a masterpiece, man. I can't wait to write your fucking script. You wrote a fucking amazing story, man. This is a masterpiece, Ivan, that you wrote, yeah. Well, guess Peter Jackson will be shocked by my story, obviously. You know what I'm saying? That's why doing the concert art is going to be so fun with Peter Jackson and all them. Doing the concert arts with Peter Jackson and Guillermo del Toro will be fun. See what I'm saying here? It'll be fun. Obviously. So I'm going to keep saying this. Once you pass what? the blood value from the north, you're now in the south. And the moment you enter the south, there's a different atmosphere. The south is cursed, and you're now in Aratat's domain. You're in Aratat's territory. You know what I'm saying? There's a scene in the book where Cass is like, yeah, he's like, we're in the south. He's like, yes. He's like, you guys have no idea. I'm paraphrasing. You guys know where you are. You're in Aratat's territory. This is his domain. So Cassius and all of them know the moment you enter the south, you know what you're now in the south. You're now in Aratat's territory. He's the king of the south, the animal kingdom, right? He is the king, the king wolf, the king devil wolf king in the south. They call him the devil wolf king. Obviously, he's the king devil wolf king in the south. He's the devil wolf king in the south. And Faful, his son, is the prince of the south. And Morale is a general of his army. Darius is the blacksmith, obviously, of Aratat's. And you have Mass and Bass, who are the demon twin servants. And those are all. And you have Bull, the pit watcher. He watches over the pit. Ivan, what do you mean, pit watcher? You see what I mean when you read the book in the capture chapter, right? When you read volume 2. Yeah. Right? And the ancestors of the south, they hate the humans, and they hate Tactius the most. They hate Tactius a lot, obviously. The ancestors of the north hate Aratat and Faful, and they hate the wolves and bats a lot too. They both hate each other, man. They hate each other immensely. Ivan, who are the ancestors? I don't want to spoil the story. You'll see when you read the book. You have beings watching Tactius when he's a kid to adulthood. You also have beings watching Aratat and all them when and Faful and all them. Yeah. Ivan, why are there beings watching them? I don't want to spoil the story. See what I mean? All I'm going to say is you have the ancestors. And that's why I look at the matches that I wrote. Yeah. And Eli is the most powerful man in the south. He is the richest man in the south. He is the leader of Saphius. He is the boss, pretty much, right? He's the leader of Saphius. Everyone looks to him as a leader, and he's wealthy, very, very wealthy. A wealthy man. So when you see VJ and Danielle Manette, Ariana Grande, when you see them playing the role of Mary, Belle, and Lithia, you're gonna see them wearing nice clothing. Remember Arwen in Two Towers? Think of nice clothing like that. You're gonna see Lithia wearing nice clothing like that. And Saphius, and Eli is the leader of Saphius, and he's very, very powerful. He is so powerful that you have a what? You have the Bell Law. Any thief, robber, or imposter is thrown in a dungeon if they're caught. So if you're caught stealing, obviously, and you have a fake identity, what you can be thrown in a dungeon. You can even be put to death. That's how serious the law is. Obviously, you'll find out how powerful Eli is in Volume 2. When you read halfway through Volume 2, you'll find out how powerful Eli is. Eli is powerful, man. He's a powerful man. You'll find out how powerful he is with Tactius and Papari and all of them, you know what I'm saying? Look at an amazing story. You'll find out how powerful Eli is. When in Volume 2, he's powerful. Obviously. But even though Eli is powerful, he's not as powerful as Cassius, Tacitonius, and Tactius, because they come from the royal line in Zanus. Tactius is more powerful than Eli because he's the prince of Zanus. You see what I'm saying? He's a prince of Zanus. You see what I'm saying? Even though the Southerns don't like the Northerns, obviously, whenever if they obviously respect the king. They respect the king of Zanus, obviously. See what I'm saying? They don't respect him, but they obey him because he's a king. He's a king of the north. The Saphians know, okay, if the king of Zanus wants weapons forged, they have to forge the weapons. They listen to the king, obviously, because the king is the king of Zanus. You see what I'm saying? But you'll find out how powerful Eli is, how powerful Cornelius is in halfway through Volume 2, the middle of Volume 2. In the Tactius or Colonius chapter, you'll find out how powerful Eli is. Eli is powerful, man. He's a powerful man. You see what I'm saying? He's a powerful man, obviously. Right? And Sirius and Papari are poor compared to the two groups of people. I'm going to keep saying that. They're not poor, but compared to Tactius and Eli and all of them, they're poor people. You see what I'm saying? Just like the people who live in Elmer, who live in this middle class neighborhood, are not poor people. They make like 50, 60,000, 70, 80,000, 100,000 a year. They all have nice houses, obviously. For middle class, fine. But compared to the celebrities, they're poor people. You see what I'm saying here? It's a similar example for what? For Sirius and Papari and all them. Sirius and Papari have a home. You know how Luke in New Hope had a home. He lived with his uncle and aunt. You know how he had a home? Yeah, he wasn't poor, but compared to Leia, he's poor. As Leia is fucking rich. Leia is loaded. But compared to Leia, he's poor. You see what I'm saying? It's a similar example for Sirius and Papari. Sirius and Papari are what? Are poor people. They're farmers. Tactius makes fun of them. He calls them poor farmers and all that stuff. Because compared to Tactius, they're poor. And compared to Eli and all of them, they're poor people. That's why when Papari sees Eli's house, he's shocked. Holy shit, Eli, you have a nice house here. You have a nice place here. I'm paraphrasing. He doesn't. That's not the way he says it. They speak old style English. You have a beautiful place here in Safi, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and Papari's shocked because Eli is loaded. Eli's rich. Obviously. But even though Eli is loaded, whenever they see, I don't want to spoil so for you, whenever they see Tactius' castle, the Southerners are all shocked. Eli's shocked. Holy shit, Tactius. Your castle's nice. Yeah, because Tactius is richer than Eli and all of them. He's a northern. Eli's rich. Saphis is a beautiful land. He has a huge house, but his house is not the same as Tactius' castle. Tactius has his own big castle, man. And that's where his family and all his friends live. Baramis, they live with Tactius in the castle. His cousins, his half-sister, his mother, they all live in the castle. King Tactius the First, he lives in the castle. Yeah, they all live in the castle. The throne room is in the castle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the banquet hall where they do their parties all happens in the castle. You also have the Xanian Brewery. You know how in Lord of the Rings, Frodo and them, they go in that place and they drink ale and all stuff? Think something like that for the Xanian Brewery. You have the Saf Brewery. You have the Xanian Brewery where they drink ale. They drink Northern ale. You know what I'm saying? When Takis and them are kids, they go to the Xanian Brewery with younger Maramis, younger Cassius. They drink Xanian sweet juice. I call it Xanian sweet juice, something like that. They drink juice. Like, we want to drink ale. Wait till you're older. When you're older, you'll be drinking with us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wrote a masterpiece, guys. Yeah, man. I wrote a masterpiece, guys. I wrote a fucking masterpiece. Yeah, man. A masterpiece. End this video here in what? In 18 minutes. End this part in 18 minutes. Then my next part will be the final part pretty much. I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to take my shower, upload the video. I'm going to go to the store, get my beer and my smokes. And I'm going to get my beer and my smokes. I'm going to what? Get my beer and my smokes. And I'm going to come back and enjoy the show. Obviously. This video will probably get uploaded around 10:30, 10:45 around that time again. Obviously. Yeah, and my step parents are most likely going to take the court. Hence why now I always make videos earlier. I make it around 7. That way, by the time I'm done, it's 9. I can upload the video. I can take my shower. And then around 10:20, 10:30, the video gets uploaded for you guys to watch. Obviously. Because the step families are crazy people, man. They take away the internet cord. They've been doing it for the past 3 weeks. Because they're crazy people, man. Yeah, man. They're fucking crazy people. Yeah. That's why I can't wait to get out of this house, man. Because once I pay this fee, I no longer have to worry about the step families yelling at me, telling me to save my money. I don't have to worry about them taking away the internet cord. You know what I'm saying? Yelling at me upstairs. I now made my money from VJ, obviously. And now I have freedom. I don't have to worry about them taking away the cord, the internet cord and all that stuff. No. And I'll learn what it's like to be responsible. I told you, because I made billions, I don't have to worry about paying bills. Paying bills for me will be easy. It'll be a piece of cake. Yeah, I can blow I don't know if me and VZ can blow 5 million every year. It's not affecting our budget at all. You see what I'm saying? Right? Me and VZ don't have to worry about paying bills because we're fucking billionaires. We're fucking billionaires. If you're rich, you don't have to worry about your bills, man. Unless you're so stupid with if you blow 20 million a year, you're being stupid. As I'm not gonna blow $20 million a year. No, I'm most likely gonna blow around 5, 6, 7 million a year, max with my wife. The big cost will be staying at all the suites for 3 weeks a month, man. That's a big cost. That can cost 800 grand alone, man, for a 3.5 week stay. Hence the what? If you stay at like $20,000 a night suites, that's a big call on your budget, obviously. 10 days, that's 200 grand. You know what I'm saying? 20 days, that's 400. 30 days, that's what? That's like 600 grand. Yeah, 600 grand in cost. Visit 6 places, that's almost a couple $1,000,000 in cost. Yeah, me and Vijay will probably spend only like $5 million a year on average, $4 million a year on average. And I don't have to worry about my car bills. I can easily pay my car payments. I don't have to worry about my phone payments. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a billionaire. I don't have to worry about paying off my, I don't know, me and VJ pimp, we get the best iPhone out there. We pimp it out fully with all these added features, obviously. Data, you know what I'm saying, Spotify, music, all this stuff. And we pay like, I don't know, $350 a month, pocket change. Easy afford it. Whereas the average person can't afford that. Most average people, they don't pimp out their phones completely because they can't afford it. They add maybe a few features. Most people on average pay like $80 a month for their phone. You know what I'm saying? Whereas $350 a month for an average person, $50K a year is a lot of money for a phone. If you're a billionaire, you can easily pimp out your phone. I can get the best iPhone out there, me and VJ, and we can pimp out our phone. Pay $350 a month, easily affordable. Pay our $80,000 for our car payments. I don't know, me and VJ pay a combined $80,000 for our car payments. For all our cars. Easily affordable. Our internet bill, our internet bill is $250, $300 a month. Easy affordable. You see what I'm saying, huh? Food, I don't know, me and VJ are probably going to spend maybe, I don't know, $500 a month on food. $600, $700 a month on food. Easily affordable. I don't have to worry about the gas for the car. I can easily pay for the gas for the car. It's easily affordable. Me and VJ don't have to worry about we don't have to worry about the bills, man. You know what I'm saying? Our condo is paid off. Me and VJ built our condo cash. We didn't take a loan from the bank. We built it with our own money. Our condo's paid off. All we have to do is just pay our electricity bill. I don't know, every month me and VJ pay a good $1,000 a month in electricity bill. You know what I'm saying? $1,000 a month in electricity. $700, $800, $900, $1,000 a month in electricity bill. The water bill, we pay a couple $100 for the water bill, the hot water bill. You know what I'm saying? We pay a condo fee. A condo fee. I don't have to pay any property taxes because I don't live in a house. So me and VJ will not have to pay any property tax. We're gonna have to pay some condo fee, obviously. We might have to pay the a condo fee, and that's it. Me and VJ can easily afford to pay our bills. Hence why when the stepfamily's yell at me, Ivan, save your money, I'm like, guys, I don't have to save my money. I'm gonna be a billionaire. I don't have to worry about my spending habits. You know what I'm saying? As I'm not going to be spending $20 million a year. No, man, I'm going to be spending all the stuff I'm going to be blowing my money on is all pocket change. Like going out to dinner every day, that's pocket change. 300 grand a year in cost, pocket change. It's not affecting my budget. If I want to get stuff for the house, it'll probably cost me a couple of $1,000s. It's not affecting my budget at all. You see what I'm saying here? So even though me and Vijay are going to blow our money a lot, it's not affecting our budget because we have an unlimited budget. We have like, I don't know, $14 billion in our bank. What? Paying all these bills. Me and Vijay can afford to get takeout and go out every day. Almost every day for the whole year. It costs 300 grand in costs. Easily affordable. If you have $14 million in your bank, it's pocket change. See what I'm saying? It's pocket change. Yeah. And that's why I'm going to be happy once I am king. I no longer have to, thank God, man, I don't have to worry about the step families taking the cord, man. Because it's really annoying. My step family yelling at me, telling me some good. I finally shut them up for good. I paid this fee. I made my billions, and now I have my freedom. I'm saying I'm getting out of this house. Me and Vijay are gonna build that dream condo in Vancouver. We build that dream condo, and we build that dream $107 million penthouse condo. We build that dream condo, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Me and VJ build that dream condo, man. That dream condo in Vancouver. Vancouver is a beautiful city, man. Most beautiful city in Canada, man. It's ranked the most beautiful city in Canada. Top 25 most beautiful cities in the world. Vancouver. I heard New York is ranked up there too, but I've been to New York. New York is filthy, man. It's not. New York has beautiful building sceneries, but the city is very crowded and filthy and it's dirty, man. And I'm like, how the fuck is New York ranked up there? It's a fucking filthy city, man. See what I'm saying here? It's filthy. And VJ, you know what I'm talking about. You've been to New York. New York is fucking filthy and dirty, man. That's why I don't want to live in the States. The States is too crowded. The land. I don't want to live in the land of the filthy, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to live in the land of the filthy. I want to what? I don't want to live in your cursed south. I want to live in the what? The holy north. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate me, Americans. Yeah. There's a reason why VJ, when she was in Toronto, when she made that video, when she talked about Cooper Bear's Guide to Surviving Life, remember that video like 6 years ago? Remember that video she made in early 2016? When she's like, Cooper Bear's Guide to Surviving Life, remember that? She's like, yeah, Toronto's very clean. Yeah, the reason why she said that is because I guarantee VJ was shocked when she came to Toronto. Holy shit, Toronto is so much more clean than fucking New York. Yeah, man. New York is fucking filthy and dirty, man. It's crowded, filthy, and dirty. It's a filthy, dirty city, man. And that's why I make fun of Americans. I say, yeah, you live in the land of the filthy, drowned in debt. Yeah, you live in the land of the filthy, man. You see what I'm saying? Whereas Canada is much cleaner than the States, man. It's a lot cleaner up here than the fucking States. The States is filthy and dirty, and it's overcrowded, and you have 30% unemployment rate there. It's a mess, the States. You guys are like 25 trillion in debt. Whereas in Canada, we're only like a couple $1 trillion in debt, man, for Canada. Whereas you guys are like 25, 26, 27 trillion in debt. You know what I'm saying? You guys are like drowned in debt. You guys are all drowned in debt. Yeah, man. The States is nothing but a mess of a country. High crime rate. That's why I don't want to live there. It's too crowded. It's not for me. I don't want to live in that fucking filthy country, man. I don't want to live in your filthy, filthy land. Your land. Yeah. America is a more powerful country economically, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? But the country is a mess, man. They're drowned in debt. 30% unemployment. That's crazy. Over 30% unemployment rate in the States, man. That's fucking crazy, man. Yeah. High crime rate. It's overcrowded. The cities are a lot of the cities are very filthy and dirty and overcrowded. Yeah, man. I don't want to live in your fucking filthy country. Don't hate me, Americans. I don't want to live in your fucking filthy country. Canada's where it's at. I'm biased, obviously, because I'm a Canadian. I grew up in Canada, obviously. But I'm telling you right now, I've been to the States. I'm like, yeah, I do not want to live in the States, man. I've been to Albany, New York, Virginia Beach, you know what I'm saying? Newport, Virginia, where I traveled there. I'm like, yeah, I do not, I would never want to live here. I'd rather live in Canada, man, than the fucking States. Yes, man. The States is fucking filthy and dirty. That's why I don't want to live there. It's filthy and dirty over there. Yeah. But if I were to live in the States, I would start SkySource in Orange County. Orange County would be the place I want to live. But Orange County is even crowded. They have 3 million people living there. You see what I'm saying here? The States is just too crowded, man. 3 million people is very crowded, man. It's a lot of people, man. Toronto has the biggest population in Canada. Toronto only has like 2.8 million people living there. And that's crowded for a Canadian city. That's why I do not want to live in the States, because all the cities in the States are all crowded. They all have on average 2 million, 3 million people living in each city. It's crazy, man. It's crowded in the States. It's very, very crowded. Whereas Canada's not as crowded as the States. You know what I'm saying? Elmer is nice and quiet. It's not crowded. There's only 50,000 people living in Elmer, man. You know what I'm saying? In other words, once I move to Vancouver, I'm going to have to get used to living in a big city in Vancouver, because my whole life I've been living in small towns. I lived in Montreal for 3 years, from 4 years old to 8 years old. I lived in Montreal for 4 years, from 4 years old to 8 years old. And then in 2000, I moved to Hull. Hull is a small town. I lived there for 1 year. And in 2001, I moved to Elmer. And I lived in Elmer for 21 years so far. And Elmer is not crowded at all. Elmer is nice and quiet, man. How much people live in Elmer? Only 55,000 people live in Elmer. It's a small town. Only 55,000 people live in Elmer. Hence why when I move to Vancouver, it's going to be shocked, because I'm going to be I have to get used to the big city, because I lived in Elmer my whole life. Hence I have to get used to living in Vancouver, because Vancouver is a big city in Canada, obviously. It has 10 times the population of Elmer. Hence why I'm going to have to get used to living in Vancouver, obviously, in Vancouver City. When I move to Vancouver with VJ, I have to get used to it. See what I'm saying? Whereas VJ will have to get used to living in Canada, because Canada is not as crowded as the States. When I moved to Vancouver and VJ lives in Vancouver, VJ was like, oh my god, Ivan, Vancouver is not crowded. It's clean over here. It's not too crowded like fucking Los Angeles and New York. Yeah. It'll take some getting used to for VJ once she lives in Canada, because VJ is used to the what? to the crowded cities like Los Angeles and New York. Those are very, very crowded cities. Whereas Vancouver only has 500, like 9,000 people living there, which is a pretty big city in Canada. But for compared to Los Angeles and New York, it's nothing. You see what I'm saying? It's not that crowded. Whereas for me, it'll be a bit crowded because I was used to living in a small town. I grew up in Elmer, Quebec. That's why when I go to Vancouver and I see all these people, holy shit, it takes getting used to. It's gonna take getting used to what living in this Vancouver city. Yeah, see what I'm saying? It's gonna take some getting used to. It's gonna take some getting used to. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I was just saying yes. It's going to take some getting used to. And this video in one more part here, guys. Yeah. I'm not kidding around. All the people, obviously, all the people who lived in, who were American, who moved to Canada, obviously, I always ask them, hey, what country do you like better? And all of them have told me they like Canada better. Yeah, I like Canada better than America. Like, fuck, Canada's better than America. You have free healthcare here, better education here. It's cleaner over here. The country is not as messy as the States. The States is a fucking mess of a country, man. Drowned in debt, high crime rates. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What? President assassinations, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe no prime minister in Canada has been assassinated to my recollection. Whereas you have assassinations in America for politics. America's a fucking mess, man, compared to Canada. I'd rather live in Canada. Canada's not as messy as the States. The States is a mess, man. You have 30% unemployment rate, something crazy. You know what I'm saying? The city's filthy and dirty. Too overcrowded, bums sleeping in tents in Los Angeles. You don't get any of that in Canada. You know what I'm saying? You have what? Expensive education. The cost for tuition in America is much more than how much Canada charges. College and university is very, very expensive. In the States, is very, very expensive. Way more expensive than even Canada, man. And Canada has better education than the States. You have a better education in the States. Much higher unemployment rate in Canada, obviously. We're not drowned in debt like you guys. The only thing America has better than Canada is it's a more powerful country economically. Because they have 300 million people living there. That's where all the big companies are, like Hollywood. You know, it's in the pro sport teams. That's where all the big leagues are. They're all in the States. Whereas Canada, you don't have much pro leagues. You only have the CFL, which is the second biggest league in second biggest football league in the world. It's behind the NFL, and you have the NHL in Canada. That's it. Whereas the States, you have Hollywood, you have the big pro sport leagues. You know what I'm saying? You have what? You have NASCAR racing. You have all the big companies are all in the States. It's a more powerful country economically than Canada, obviously. But Canada is the better country, hands down. Canada is a better country than the States. I'm not kidding around, guys. It's a better country than the States, man. Trust me, Vijay will see what I mean once she lives in Vancouver. She's finally gonna hear, oh my god, Ivan, I love Canada a lot more than fucking America. Yes, America is the land of the filthy. It's filthy over there, man. Vancouver's nice and clean. It's right next to the Pacific Ocean. It's beautiful over here. It's so much more beautiful than Los Angeles and New York. Yeah, man. It's more beautiful than Los Angeles and New York. Yeah, man. The States is fucking filthy and crowded, man. I would never want to live there. Yeah, man. I'm a bit biased because I grew up in Canada. I'm a Canadian, obviously. You know what I'm saying? I'm a bit biased, obviously, but trust me, I've been to the States. I'm like, yeah, I'd rather live in Canada than the fucking States, man. The States is fucking crowded, man. It's filthy and crowded. And it's a mess over there. It's a mess in the States. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah. Obviously. Weed's also legalized in Canada too. Don't forget that. That's why Canada's better than the States, man. Weed is legalized in Canada, guys. Legalized all over Canada. You can smoke. You can go to the weed store. You can buy all your weeds. It's legalized. Whereas in the States, weed is only legalized in some in some states. Like I believe Los Angeles, yeah, weed is legalized in Los Angeles. Hence why Victoria Justice, yeah, when I was in Los Angeles, I was able to buy weed. Weed's legalized in Los Angeles. Weed's legalized in Los Angeles, but it's not legalized all over the states. Whereas weed's legalized all over Canada. You can smoke weed if you want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, legalized now. Hence why all the remember my video that I made about legalizing Canada might legalize weed. All the drug dealers now who around Canada, they all lost a lot of customers because now you can just order. A couple years ago, I ordered some weed online. I smoked some of the weed, obviously. I threw a lot of it away because I was tripping like crazy. I ordered some weed online, and the weed, the guy arrived to my house. He gave me my weed. Obviously, he gave me my weed. He gave me my weed. Obviously, he gave me my weed. Hence why what? Yeah, man, he gave me my weed, obviously, because weed is not legalized in Canada. Now you can just go to the stores and buy your weed. You don't even have to. All you have to do is just show them ID, a valid ID, and you can buy your weed at the stores. But I'm a fan of edibles. I'm not a fan of smoking weed. No, I'd rather just eat an edible and get high with VJ. I'm only gonna get high with VJ, just me and VJ alone. That's it. And I might get high with George Lucas if he wants. I can get high with just me, VJ, and George Lucas. We can get high together if he wants. Not I only want to get high with VJ. Hey VJ, let's drive. Hey VJ, let's what? Let's take an edible. Let's sit in a jacuzzi and get high. We sit in a jacuzzi. We're high, and I'm sitting next to VJ, and I'm high as fuck. Yeah, no, VJ's high. Oh my god. The problem with the only thing that scares me about weed is weed, because I have psychosis. It's not weed makes you overthink things. Obviously, it makes you think deeply. Obviously. And because I have the keys, I'm going to trip like crazy. That's why I don't think smoking weed's a good idea with VJ. You see what I'm saying? I don't think it's a good idea with VJ. I don't think it's a good idea. Well, I'll probably smoke it a few times. Look, VJ, I don't mind getting high if it's just me and you together. But if it's with the actors and all of them, I am not getting high with them. Like, hey guys, if you want to get high, you're more than welcome to get high. I'm not getting high with you. I'm going to trip like crazy. Alcohol, I'm fine. But weed, no, man. Weed, I'm going to trip like crazy because God gave me these fucking stupid keys. Hence why what? I'm not gonna get high with yakkers in there. Otherwise, I'm going to trip like crazy with all those people there. It's gonna be a bad trip, man. I mean, bad trip, you're Ivan. Bad trip. VJ knows how bad you are, and you're gonna trip bad. Yeah, man. I'm gonna trip bad. I'm gonna shut my camera off here.